India. Guest of honor, Commodore Amit Rastogi, CMD, NRDC. Professor Sasmita Samanta, Vice Chancellor, KIIT University. Professor Mrityunjay Swar, DG R&D and Innovation, KIIT University. Professor Gyan Ranjan Mohanty, Registrar, KIIT Deemed University. I welcome off the dais eminent scientists, advisors, chief functionaries of KIIT University, deans and directors, faculty colleagues, research scholars, and students of KIIT. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Dr. Vishakha Raina, faculty from School of Biotechnology, KIIT, extend a hearty welcome to all here on the inauguration ceremony of the KIIT R D Conclave on 8th of December 2022. I request the dignitaries to kindly light the customary lamp for the occasion to give an auspicious start to the program. Thank you, sirs and madam. Now I request students of KIIT University to welcome our guests present on the dais by presenting bouquet. We welcome you, sir. KIIT University, established in 1999, but started in 1992, but established as a university with its commitment to teaching excellence and has been endowed with university status by Ministry of HRD in 2004, is today one of the most prestigious universities in India, with national and global recognition in several areas like World University Rankings from 600 to 800, Asian University Rankings 2023 from 400 to 450, ranked 1 in ARIA ranking on innovations achievement from Ministry of Education among private and higher education institutions, and 20th best in the country among all public and private universities, NIRF rankings 2022, to name a few. KIIT has always nurtured excellence and ambition. The contributions of KIIT's faculty, students, and alumni have earned national and international recognition. Serving more than 30,000 students through its 28 schools, imparting globally recognized bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs in 100+ disciplines spanning engineering, medicine, management, biotechnology, law, and many more. Apart from global recognition and pedagogical excellence, the university provides best possible academic and non-academic grooming and empowerment that enables one to become a global citizen and make an impact in the global workplace. KIIT is also internationally focused university and welcomes students from 65 countries and prides itself for being a cosmopolitan and multicultural campus. KIIT University is also unique in integrating professional education with social concerns. Its protege, Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, provides holistic education from KG to PG, food accommodation, healthcare, and basic necessities absolutely free to 60,000 poorest of poor tribal children. And all the many accomplishments of KIIT University would be impractical if I do not mention the leader behind it all. The founder of KIIT and KIIS and Member of Parliament Lok Sabha, Professor A. Samanta, an educationist, philanthropist, and social worker who has had humble beginnings and has always remained humble despite his accomplishments and contributions which run into education, social, economic, and socio-cultural sectors. As India marks 75 years of independence and celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, KIIT celebrates 25 years of existence from soil to silver, and the R&D conclave is being held to showcase our strength in research and development and innovation, and being part of India's growth. KIIT has always promoted and nurtured research and development in interdisciplinary areas in different schools, innovation, technology development, patenting, spin-offs, startup companies, and more. R&D is going to be the driving force for India as the country is aspiring to be the epicenter of global production for manufacturing and innovation. We are grateful to our chief guest, Professor A.K. Sood, PSA to Government of India, and our guest of honor, Commodore Amit Rastogi, CMD NRDC, to grace this occasion and to encourage, motivate, and support the university in being part of India's growth journey. I now invite Professor Mrityunjay Swar, Director General R&D and Innovations, KIIT University, to give the welcome address.
So very good morning to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great morning. Part of KIIT R&D Conclave 2022, graced by Honorable PSA, Professor A.K. Sood. I welcome you, sir, to this gathering. Welcome with hearts. A big round of applause. I welcome a very dynamic person, the CMD of NRDC. Always I meet him, he talks more about innovations, patents, and commercializations. Very different kind of personality from the defense sector. I welcome you, CMD NRDC, Dr. Mr. Amit Rastogi ji. I welcome our dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor Sasmita Samanta, to this KIIT R&D 22 conclave, and also Registrar. Esteemed delegates of the dais, directors of institutions from Odisha, faculty colleagues, students, researchers, innovators, welcome all of you to this KIIT R&D Conclave 2022. So it's a pleasure to introduce Professor A.K. Sood. Those who do not know, he has been involved with Indian science activities since long, a man from IISc Bangalore. But today I'll read about his achievements and also his background. So Professor A.K. Sood, the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, is called PSA to Government of India. He is the Chairperson of Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council called PM STAC. Professor Sood is also a distinguished Year of Science Professor at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He was a member of Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council called PM STAC from 2018 to March 2022. And from 2009 to 2014. He had also served as a member of the Scientific Advisory Council SAC to the Prime Minister of India. Professor Sood has a doctorate in physics from IISc Bangalore. His research interest includes the physics of nanosystems and soft matter. He has published more than 400 papers in peer-reviewed journals and holds several patents. His work has been recognized by many awards, including the Padma Shri Award, the 4th highest civilian award in India. He was the president of the Indian National Science Academy from 2017 to 19, president of Indian Academy of Science from 2010 to 12, and also the Secretary General, the World Academy of Science, we call TUAS, Italy, from 2013 to 18. He was elected as the Fellowship of the Royal Society UK FRS in 2015. He has received several awards, including the Santi Saru Bhatnagar Award, the G.D. Birla Award for the Scientific Research, the TUAS Prize in Physics, and many more. So on behalf of KIIT University and for the KIIT R&D 2020 Conclave, I welcome you, sir, to this August gathering. Also, my pleasure to introduce Commodore Amit Rastogi, who is the chairman and MD of NRDC, called National Research Development Corporation, a Section 8 company under the Ministry of Science and Technology in New Delhi, and he has joined since 2021 October. Prior to taking our appointment as the CMD, he had a very illustrious career in Indian Navy for more than 30 years. And he is a degree in electrical engineering and also a master's in 2 different fields, but very much focusing on defense service. He also had a master's in electronics and telecommunications from Pune University. In his professional career in the Navy, he has had the diversified experience of serving on frontline warships and the naval dockyard, naval headquarters, missile establishment, and Director General Quality Assurance. He has several accomplishments from the Indian defense side. His career, carries the vision of providing NRDC a global identity and be a leading organizations for technology transfer organized in the world, utilizing the contemporary best practices and scaling up the operation. I welcome you, sir, to this August gathering. I also welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the Registrar and all the members here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this R&D conclave. We're having it here on the auspicious celebration of 25 years of academic and research excellence of KIIT University. And you're very happy to know that today we are going to showcase the strength of KIIT, which has grown from existence to excellence now, and have been showcasing projects, publications, patents, tech transfers, spin-offs, center of excellences, and many more under one umbrella, one exhibitions. I think after this we'll go to there, and Honorable PSA is going to launch that in the presence of CMD and RDC. I'll not take much of time because PSA is here, and we are going to listen to both PSA and the CMD and RDC. I again welcome all of you and celebrate this joy of research and development innovations. KIIT is doing great work. With all of your support, you'll do even much greater. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Professor Sasmita Samanta, an academician and researcher, under whose able leadership KIIT University has been growing in every corner of academic excellence and research. She is also the Vice Chancellor of KIIT University. I invite her to address the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. Most Honorable Chief Guest, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India, Professor A.K. Sood, Honorable Guest of Honor, Commodore Amit Rastogi, CMD of NRDC, our respected Director General of KIIT University, Professor Suar, respected Registrar, Professor Mohanty, of the dais, many respected scientists, delegates, professors, researchers, and the senior professors from KIIT University, the faculty members and students of the university present here. While today we all are celebrating the 25 years of excellence, the many aspects we all are evaluating, introspecting ourselves, that what really we have done in 25 years and what we can do afterwards. So for that, our journey for soil to silver is being observed from 16th of November to 16th of February, the foundation day of KIIT. Just now, Professor Raina was speaking that KIIT was conferred Dean University status in 2004. And after that, our journey, our relationship with research, development, and innovation started in this university. And with academic excellence, I can say that we have come long way in research, development, and innovations. Though KIIT today is known as the community-based university and created lots of social impact in the globe, in social services, in skill development, in creating the employment opportunities, With that, lots of impact also have been created in innovation sector. Of course, KIIT TBI is one of them, which has made many milestones in last few years. And because of the contribution of the Innovation Cell and Technology Business Incubation Center, we got the ARIA ranking twice consecutively in 2020 and 2021. And we are the #1 rank holder in the country conferred by Ministry of Human Resource Development. With that, many of our professors, more than 12 professors of this university, are among the top 2% of that Stanford list. That's also another one achievement for all of us. And while we talk about innovation, I think in this campus, innovation has played a very key role since its inception. While we talk about innovation, we never confine it into the science. It is never confined only to the field of technology. Always the effort is there by our honorable founder, Professor Dr. Achyutananda Samanta. In his vision, always it is there that innovation should include science, society, economics, and the people in general. He has many times endorsed and many times repeated in this campus, innovations made in the lab, if it is not going to the land, it is not benefiting the people, it is not benefiting to the profession or the subject, perhaps that innovation has what level of value, perhaps nobody can say. So he has advised to each one of us to focus on innovations which can create in the world, which can create the impact in the world, in the lives, and can make the lives better. Maybe because of that, in last 25 years, not only the innovations have been made in technology, in science, by my professors, by the students, by faculties, by researchers, but also many values, concepts, systems, processes have been designed and innovated, which is creating the differences in the globe. While we talk about development in this campus, it not only confined to the campus itself. We have created the ambience, created the ecosystem by taking the whole education system of this country, or I can say the globe, and experimented in different level in different forums. We have adopted, today I can say as the principal scientific advisor is present here, the focus of national education policy till now in this country, which was based on inclusivity and equity to all. And today we are talking about that inclusivity and equity. We are talking about the impact. I hope that since beginning, this university has focused on inclusivity, equity with the impact. And we have brought around 150 colleges of the state into this university forum. Not only we have signed MOUs with the 300 universities across the globe, where our faculties are engaged in joint research, collaborative research, or the faculty exchange program, or our students are migrating to different universities every year, around 500 universities, they migrate to different universities for the semester exchange program. With that, we have adopted many regional colleges and the school, assess the regional issues, their problems, the indigenous knowledge can come to the campus. We make our laboratories, we make our research facilities open for the students and the faculties of the state and whosoever is coming from anywhere on all the weekends for their use and for their development. So whatever is happening in the campuses of KIIT and KIIS today, I can say that it has created some impact. And today in this campus, we all are, I can say that all my faculties and researchers, those who are present here, we all have invested lots of money in creating the scientific infrastructure or the technological infrastructure. Today, we are very proud. Just now, Commodore Rastogi was telling me that you are having a very beautiful campus. You are having very well-equipped labs. Perhaps we have invested a lot in creating those laboratories, creating the research innovation facilities. Perhaps our central research facilities is one of the best in the country, which was appreciated a lot by recent vice chancellors meet, attended by many directors of different IITs, the directors of IIMs, and other dignitaries, academic dignitaries of the country. And with that, I can say that we have invested a lot in that. And now our focus in last 2 to 3 years, how to convert this investment, how to create economy out of that investment. So in last 3 to 4 years, our focus is how to create money by utilizing those technologies. For that, lots of center of excellence have been created in the field of robotics, AI, ML, and nanosciences, and even in sustainability and leadership. As such, in the integrated way, we can develop the ecosystem. So each one of the individual working in any school, in any department, in any domain, they will be getting the opportunities to explore and innovate. So that sort of ecosystem has been created. So many of my researchers are involved in active research in different sectors like agriculture and educational development in the state. Of course, Professor Suar and Professor Raina also talking about many scientific researches. As they were talking, we are doing with the fund from the Department of Science and Technology, DVT or ICMR. But with that, I am talking about what additional we are doing for the state. Our always basic focus, how to grow together, how to take the community together. So not only the scientific temperament are being nurtured here, but we are trying to provide the opportunities, how those scientists can connect themselves to the real life issues. Of course, now we have taken healthcare as the major domain for innovation, for the research and development. Professor Kundu is there, who is pioneering that healthcare research in the university. He is trying to connect the science, medicine, dental sciences, biotechnology, management, economics together and trying to develop the ecosystem, how we can create the differences. And our basic focus now for developing the product in for the healthcare by using the IoT technology. And our computer science school are developing different solutions by using AI for giving solutions for the healthcare in skin and VD, particularly and neurosciences by using the sensor technology. So many researches, many innovations are happening in different schools. And School of Management, I find they are focusing on devising the policies, the public policy research as we have taken up since last year as the major domain of research. We are trying to connect it to the different schools. Our focus is there for connecting the School of Law, Science and Management together to contribute for the policy research. We have started with social science, IT and education research in last year. So I hope whatever we have achieved in last 25 years, because initially we had to struggle a lot because we all understand that research does not happen immediately in 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years. So it has taken a lot of time for us for developing such research ecosystem in the university. If our growth is 100%, 200% in last years, we all expect and we all are contributing immensely to make it 5 times more in the coming years. So lots of legacies have been created in KIIT and KISS. Our honorable founder, Professor Dr. Achitananda Samanta, who is having only vision to create the differences in the world, to contribute, to make the lives better. I hope that that vision has percolated to each one of the individual in this campus. And after the national education policy, not only which gives the autonomy to each one of us, but it gives lots of mandate to each one of us to work with much more confidence. Either it is internationalization or research innovations or academics, anywhere, it gives lots of mandate to us that we can work with more confidence and you can use our autonomy in a better way to connect to the globe. So all my faculties, researchers, those who are present here, I can say that we will be creating much differences in research and development and innovations and creating some landmark in that in future. Many, many congratulations to each one of us on celebration of the Silver Jubilee. And while we are celebrating 75 years of independence, we are seeing that many of the processes, systems, the policies, acts we are seeing in last 5 years or last 10 years, all of them are being revised, or I can say that they are going to the phase of going to the evolutionary phase, because we all have realized that many of the systems we are following that is becoming redundant and lots of innovations is required in our system. So I wish that as we have created lots of legacies, lots of laurels, and created lots of impact in the globe, I hope if we all work with same rigor, same spirit, same force, we can create differences in the globe. So now this year we have got 600 to 800 rank in the globe by Times Higher Education ranking. And we are aiming that in next 5 years, we will be among top 300 in the globe, because our computer science is among 300 to 400 this year, and engineering is among 400 to 500. So we all are trying hard how to reach at that level that will be among top 300 in the globe. I hope all my researchers, faculty, students, and all the members of KIIT family and all other well-wishers, scientists present here, those who are connected to KIIT, are helping KIIT to grow. I hope with your wishes and help, no doubt this university will make some remarkable differences. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a vision. We are taking small steps, and definitely a nice ecosystem has been created for this. Moving on to our next speaker, I invite Commodore Amit Rastogi, who after spending 34 years in Indian Navy, is currently the chairman and managing director of National Research Development Corporation. I invite him for his address to the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable Professor Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India. Professor Samanta, Vice Chancellor, KIIT University. Dr. Mrityunjay, DG R&D and Innovation. Professor Mohanty, Registrar, KIIT. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning once again to all of you. First and foremost, I would like to thank for this invitation to be part of your Silver Jubilee celebration. And I certainly feel delighted to be standing here on the platform, which has had umpteen dignitaries in the past of enviable credentials. And I'm not too sure whether I carry the one, but I would certainly try to make some perspective, give you some perspective of R&D and innovation, for which, there is a celebration and there is an event which is happening today. So congratulations to all of you, primarily on your Silver Jubilee celebration. And I was quite interested, delighted to see the tagline, Soil to Silver. Conveys two things. One is what we were and where we are. It means from soil, we have become silver. Or secondly, I think we have the capability to make silver out of soil. So both the things are, I think, quite evident from the achievements which have been just narrated by Dr. Mrityunjay and also by your Vice Chancellor. My first visit to KIIT, certainly, but I've been having interaction with Dr. Mrityunjay in very many forums. What my understanding of KIIT through those interactions and what I see today, I think gets ratified. And what I heard from your VC is that the university, I think, is upscaling itself on very many fronts. And through the various awards which I get to see, which I learned that you hold LIMCA award in 3 categories. You have a ARIA ranking #1, 23rd amongst Indian universities, and very many other statistics what was given. What makes this university different? I think everyone says that it is basically the infrastructure which matters a lot. And what I see here is that you have one of the state-of-the-art infrastructure. You have, I think, the documented policies on R&D and innovation. That is a very, very important aspect of it. Everyone talks about it, but unless it is documented, it means you know you have a structured approach to do a thing. And that is very much, I think, evident, and I saw that. Another thing, which is a unique thing, which I noticed was the TBI, which is fully functional and delivering. Everyone, generally for the purpose of, filling certain QRs, fulfilling certain QRs, has these as part of their setup. But here I see that complete value chain has got established, wherein you provide the one-stop shop to the youth who are sitting here. I think it is right from education to exposure to R&D, to give them that environment and ecosystem in which they can convert the technological development through that TBI, and then the entrepreneurship development programs, what you have. So certainly, I think you've been able to bridge the gaps between the consumer and what is the societal need, which is there in place. And as I see, I think the TBI has also been a recipient of the National IP Award. And I think that's where an RDC competed, I would say, in the same forum. And I was quite happy to see that someone with much better output and with much better, I think, the work done in the last 2 years has received this national accolade. So it's a wonderful achievement, I must say. So what does it indicate? I think it indicates that you're putting theory to practice. And I've seen, my interaction has not only been here, but been to a couple of universities. Papers get written, they get published. But what happens after that? So here, what I see is that there is a complete value chain which has got established. As the papers do get published, there is a IP protection, IP monetization, and the entire chain of taking the students from academics to becoming an entrepreneur is in place. And one thing I think unique which I find is that, we had a Academia Industry Conclave or Academia Industry Connect Conclave here at IMMT Bhubaneswar 1 month or 2 months back, along with USPTO. We had vice chancellors of various universities part of it. And everyone seemed to we brainstormed on this topic of Industry Academia Connect. Why is it important? Why is it important? I think everyone knows about it. We deliberated on it and felt the need of it. But here is what I get to see, that it is getting implemented. Most importantly, I think whatever work you do should get accepted by the industry. It means any R&D work should get accepted for whatever, I think, the intention with which you have done the work should reach either the society or should become a thing of benefit to someone who is going to establish maybe an industry for the sake of the society. So what I see is that you have a problem-solving approach. These are very many buzzwords, especially after COP26 and COP27 are being talked about. Climate change, carbon emission, food security. And I've happened to glance through, I think, one of the journals which was given to me before we came here. And I found that almost all these sectors are getting addressed. So for me, instead of delivering and sharing something with you, it was a learning experience. Having gone through, I think, the details which I saw in the office of Dr. Mrityunjay. And since we are at this R&D conclave, certainly I saw and I learned that what are the strength areas in R&D, what KIIT has. For the sake of reiteration, maybe I would, and you would know it, but I want to ratify it through myself so that I can draw certain, lessons out of it. What is that which we can possibly further do? I think you have a Center for Advanced Research. You have Center of Excellence with industry, an important aspect, wherein the industry becomes an integral partner with you in any of these developments. You have formed, I think, research groups in very niche areas of technologies. Well laid down R&D policy, as I think I stated. And two more things, I think the sponsored research and the collaborative research. An important aspect of it, mainly because I recently went to my university in Uttarakhand. And one of the pain point was of researchers. The faculty was saying that we are ready to do, we have the zest and zeal, but the product which comes out, I don't know how to test it. It means it has to be taken to the industry to be put to use. They should be able to tell me as to what all are the shortfalls in it. So if the industry is part of this, then I think that particular point gets addressed. And this is what I see, that you have created an ecosystem in which the solution, the problem arises here, it gets worked upon here, and then the solution also is found here. So enough and more, I think I've said about the things what you already know. Maybe something, I wouldn't say the advice, but what is that which we can possibly look at further? Strong academia industry connect I have talked about, basically for meaningful utilization of the technologies. When we take up any research, it is not until unless we do gap analysis, or we try and understand what is the problem which I'm going to solve. The focus and the energies which would go into finding that solution will not be much. So if you have that in place, which I think is in most of the cases, the work what comes out will be of a very high scale. Another aspect I think which we should look at, especially when we do our technology development, is the technology scan in the environment, in my opinion, is important. Suppose you have to develop a pump which is supposed to operate in a smart factory. So what is important is that it should be able to communicate with the other entities which are part of the smart factory setup. So that system engineering aspect has to be catered for in the pump which comes out of it. One also has to know in which environment and for which targeted consumer this pump is going to be put to use. So accordingly, your developments, your selection of raw material, your design of components will get taken care of. Simple example, that suppose we say that this piece of electronic equipment is to be used on a warship, since I come from that background. If you don't have that environment in mind in which it is going to operate, the design and especially the product itself will fall apart when it gets put on board for exploitation. That equipment has to get tested primarily to maybe JSS Penta 5, if you are aware that there's the environmental standards, or MIL standard 810G, to which the design aspects basically should take care, so that shock, bump, marine environment, corrosive environment, everything gets taken care of in your raw material selection and also in the component design. Okay. System engineering approach, with which all other equipment will my system operate. So that also, I think one has to be in the know of it. Another important aspect, I think, at the time of technology development, I think what I found in my interaction in one of the universities, functional equivalent, beautiful, 100 marks. They said that this was the gap we have identified, this is what we have developed, it will serve so and so need. But it is for whom? Senior citizens. In the market, when it goes, senior citizen will have to do, will have to take membership of gym to build up their muscles to lift that particular piece of equipment. So idea is that if you have your targeted customer in mind, you would keep that in your design aspect. So it will not be bulky, it will have its own aesthetics built into it. We say that we are building up functional equivalent of an Apple Watch. But if the size is this big, cumbersome to carry or put it on, you will not find takers for it. Commercialization will not happen. So that question what we normally ask, I have developed a technology, but it has not reached the market. This is the question which I get to hear as CMD and RDC. We have assigned so many technologies to you, but they are not getting commercialized. Why? That's a question I think everyone need to ask, not necessarily to the one to whom you have assigned. So if that questioning happens during the initial stages of design, I think it will do much better. Okay. Some more things. I think any technology which gets developed as part of your research work, why are we doing it? Primarily, we want it to reach the society for societal good. But it means there is a process of technology transfer which is involved. So that you can't be, this obviously has to be, you have to be aware of during the process of development, not after the product has got developed. So why it is important is mainly because documentation of know-how during the entire process of development is important. Your trial results certainly have to be documented, not towards the end of it. So we find, this particular aspect missing at times when we go in for commercialization. The ultimate prospective licensee or the licensee normally asks for it, that do you have these documented trial results with you? So we start searching into our rough books, which obviously doesn't fetch well. So very, very important aspect. Another thing, I think we need to be fully aware, I think, especially for the young community, I would say that in the quest to develop something, we say that, yes, I have developed so and so. And I'm happy with this. The requirement is that it has to reach to a level when it can be taken up for commercialization. So we should be aware of technology readiness level for that particular technology. It means at every stage of its development, you should know that whether I am at TRL 2, TRL 4, TRL 8, innovation readiness levels, market readiness levels. So unless I think these aspects, if they are built into your scheme of things when you are developing a technology, you will not find difficult commercializing that technology. So these were the few things which I thought from NRDC's perspective. And if you find anywhere that you're finding it difficult, it is, I'm marketing NRDC to you. Come to NRDC, we can provide some kind of support in whichever way you feel that support mechanism and 70-year-old organization can provide. We are established in 1953 along with DAE and ISRO, but we carry quite a bit of institutional knowledge, especially in the field of technology commercialization and IPR portfolio management. So that's where I think you can look up to NRDC to provide you that support. We have footprints in Bhubaneswar as part of CSIR IMMT. We are running a business incubator along with them. So NRDC has got footprints here in your own city. So we are available to you for, I think, all the support and the requirement what you have. So once again, I would like to thank Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mratyunjay, and the entire staff, faculties, students for having thought of NRDC for this occasion. And we wish you all the very best and the bright future, and wish you all the very best. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your insights on how and we should take the problems head on, keeping solutions in mind, keeping stakeholders in mind, what should be the dynamics of commercialization. There are so many terms, terminologies, because the system is continuously changing and there are so many dynamics. Thanks to the ecosystem developed at the university, KIIT University, that even students are trying to be inquisitive to learn the process very early in their learning stages. So thank you, sir, and NRDC support will always be required. Thank you, sir. Now, as a mark of respect and tradition of KIIT University, I request the Vice Chancellor to felicitate our chief guest and guest of honor. As a token of love and appreciation and your support, this Patachitra is made by students of KIIT University and KISS. Now I request the dignitaries to kindly release the KIIT R&D portfolio. It's a compilation of R&D activities held at KIIT in the form of a portfolio.
KIIT TBI is an initiative that was dreamed up more than a decade ago by the founder of KIIT, Professor Achyuta Samanta, to set up a holistic ecosystem in the state of Odisha that would promote entrepreneurship, foster industry, academic, public interaction, and commercialize research findings for solving local problems. KIIT TBI over the years has been striving relentlessly to spur the innovation culture and set the path to bring the startup innovation culture beyond the metros. KIIT TBI provides an appropriate platform and environment with a world-class infrastructure of around 130,000 square feet that offers a wide range of incubation facilities and services to the prospective entrepreneurs to convert their innovative ideas into commercially viable products. Staying true to the mandate to support innovation through mentoring and hand-holding of startups and building a stronger incubation ecosystem in Northeast and East. The ecosystem supporting innovation and startup at KIIT Technology Business Incubator has seen tremendous growth in recent years, with 374 startups supported across various fields of innovative technology. Almost 250 plus indigenous technologies have been developed and created 170 plus IPs. As the pool of entrepreneurs is growing each year and new ventures are created, KIIT TBI is proud to celebrate its 12 years glorious journey, which would hopefully motivate prospective entrepreneurs and nurture the spirit of entrepreneurship amongst budding innovators. KIIT TBI is committed to redoubling efforts, seeking aligned partnerships and working together synergistically with institutes, startups, academia, and incubators to create a vibrant ecosystem for nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship. KIIT TBI truly acknowledges DST, DBT, BIRAC, MSME, MEITI, TDB, Startup Odisha, Invest India, and more. KIIT TBI always holds the door wide open to welcome innovations to grow into businesses through its stimulating and enterprising ecosystem.
physicist, researcher in nanotechnology, and also the recipient of Padma Shri. I invite Professor A.K. Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India, to address the gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, faculty, students, invitees, and entrepreneurs, all of you present in the hall. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to be here this morning to celebrate 25 years of your R&D efforts, which are really bearing the fruits, as we heard from the previous speakers, and also the vision of the founder, Mr. Samanta, taking very, very solid support. It is very nice to see your byline, enabling research to reality, really sums up the whole ethos of R&D in this university, as well as promoting entrepreneurship along with it. So the previous speakers, we heard very succinctly, Professor Sushmita Samanta, Vice Chancellor, telling about the achievements of KIIT and the way it promotes. We also heard Commodore Amit Rastogi ji telling translation of research, let's say from TRL 2, 3 to 6. And Dr. Mrityunjaya also told us how this whole effort of KIIT TBI is really making progress. So I have not much to add to that, but I'll just make 2 or 3 points to add to what was said so far. So one thing which I really think is very unique here is that you have taken the social sciences along with natural sciences in this whole journey. So I'm very much sure that your 2 institutes, KIIT and KISS, are not separated, though physically they may be, but there should be a very, very synergistic and active interaction between the 2, because without the social connect, it is very hard to see the amplification and the implementation of research, our even attitude, our output really going to the society. So I do not know much about KISS, but I'm sure that the synergy between these 2 institutes, though they share the first 2 alphabets, will be really much, much more intense. And this will be very unique to this place, because this is something not very often there in other ecosystem. So you are uniquely placed, and I'm sure you would be doing it. Because when you do the startups, entrepreneurs, they have to really see, of course, the global market, of course, the national market, but very importantly, the local problems. And in this context, Office of PSA started this program almost 15 years ago called ROOTAG, Rural Technology Development. So these are the programs right now in 6 IITs for the problems emanating from the rural sector, and see how it can really go to the villages to really ameliorate the difficulties. And many of them have been very successful. Many of them have been now transferred to African Asian country through ARDO. And that really is the way to go forward if we really have to take science to the society in a very holistic manner. So I definitely feel that this local connect is extremely important, which is also one of the themes of this cluster with which these clusters were formed. And I'm very happy to see that Bhubaneswar cluster, under the very ableship of Dr. Mrityunjaya Swar, is doing very well. And it is gratifying, and I wish it all the very much success and all the support as we go along. Another thought which came to my mind when I was listening to the esteemed speakers, very recently under CSIR, government has launched TKDL, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. It's there now, it's operational, where this is the library for all our traditional knowledge, medicines and so herbs and so on. So I was thinking that in your context, there is also TKDL, which you can think about, maybe it's already happening. Can you think of the tribal knowledge digital library? Instead of traditional, make it specific to your case. And because there is so much of tribal knowledge, which is really passed from generation to generation, but it's not really, known outside. So I was thinking under your cluster and under your university, can you make it TKDL, where T stands for tribal? Because you have a unique opportunity, because you are very well connected to tribal people. You have almost 3,000, 4,000 students every year coming. So I thought I have not seen a very focused approach to really take this and before it is lost, because in maybe 3-4 generations, there is a danger of getting it lost. So see if this can be captured. I'm glad to see that tribal art, that painting which you have given me, but also I think there is many things more. So that could be one way to look at that. Another thing which again connects to our office is a recent learning we had from COVID. We know that in COVID, there is no boundary between animal, wildlife, and human health. All this has disappeared because we know their viruses are crossing the boundaries without respecting you and me. Now, this, which we can call technically One Health, is something which we need to see at various levels. So our office is launching a mission, bringing all the stakeholders, about 9 ministries together, and seeing how we can synergize this effort as well as fill the gaps which are there. So there are gaps in this whole, in this One Health, which various ministries are doing. And in that, the state players are the most important, because really it is done at the state level when you are dealing with livestock and wildlife. And that's, as you know, that 2 states have already launched One Health mission, which is already rolled out 2 months back. And I was thinking whether Bhubaneswar, which is so forward-looking in science and technology, should really come in our fold. And through the cluster and through this whole ecosystem, One Health mission can be taken forward. So that is another thing which will make difference. It will connect to the livestock of the rural people, human beings, and wildlife, of course. Again, very much connected to tribal traditions, rural traditions, urban traditions, all put together. So that could be another way to work on that. Another thing which is, again, we are passionate, and I'm sure all of you are passionate, is to control the waste. The waste is really something you cannot waste your time to talk about it. You have to do it now. And the government has launched few missions, Waste to Wealth. We have a mission, and few things are happening, but I still feel it's not enough. So here the society involvement in Waste to Wealth is very unique. So again, I have a feeling that this is one area where connecting to all the people in the society, be it rural, be it urban, be it tribals, will go a long way. So this, as you know that under our office, we had this Swachh Sarthi Abhiyan, which means you take people from college students to school students and public and make them Sarthis to take the message of the waste segregation to the households. So this is again a area where the students can be involved in a very major way. And I was wondering whether this could again be amplified in this ecosystem to see how the waste issue can be addressed. Of course, you can say that you don't have the mountains like in Delhi. Of course, you are lucky, but please be aware, you are only 10 years behind line. In 10 years, all cities will have the hills. So don't ignore when the going is good. For you, it's good now, but it will not remain the same. E-waste is a huge issue now. E-waste, which is dumped, has few $1 billion of rare earth and gold and so on inside. And we just take it out in a very, very in a non-organized sector with very only 25% is extracted, 75% is burnt, giving you all the toxic gases and so on. So this is another area where the research is still not something which is saturated. So you need to see in your R&D effort whether circular economy or waste to wealth or the handling e-waste, can you come up with some very, very novel solutions? People are working. I'm not saying they are not working, but it is still far, far from being optimal. So this is another area where the returns will be very fast and you may have some innovative way to do it. So please think of it, because waste to wealth is a motto. It should be for all of us, and we should really see how to achieve it. So I think I will not say more, but only leave the last thought. When you talk of innovation, development, and so on, extraordinarily important things for us, for society, but also keep in mind the R of R&D. R of R&D is equally important, because unless our young people are excited about science, excited about whatever they do in engineering or medicine, this country will not make first class or highest level of innovation. That you have to remember, because all the things which come from very deep science. So in our office again, we are bringing out a policy intervention document. We are still debating, not debating, we are still discussing on deep tech innovation, deep tech startups. The startups, as you know, as was pointed out, you have 400 of them, I guess, in your KIIT TBI. Country has now 78,000, and we have more than 300 unicorns. But if you look at the deep tech startup, which means the startups based on some high-end technology, which is not really a derivation of what somebody has done, but something which you own the IP and you are really monetizing it, that is only 400 about in our country. A country of this size with so many researchers should be having much, much more deep tech startups. So my again suggestion is again to Mrityunjay, see along with the normal startups, how do you really encourage the deep tech startups? That will need hand holding more than anyone else, because deep tech startup does not happen in 3 months and you become a unicorn. No, it takes time. But once it succeeds, then it is really exponential returns. So that's where, again, since you are really on your path to accelerate the innovation, accelerate the taking science to society, I would just leave this thought that look at the deep tech startups little more consciously. It will not happen in a just a passive manner, like somebody comes and you say, fine, take my incubator and all that. You have to do proactively, which means you need to go to researchers, see what is the great science which they are doing, and see how do you build the great bridges. Not easy. That's why India has only 400 odd startups as compared to 80,000 other startups. So 400 are the innovative deep tech startup. Deep tech startups are 3,000. I'm sorry, because if you go to the data from FICCI and other agencies who have listed which are the startups, 3,000 is the deep tech, and innovative deep tech, which is still a higher level of innovation brought in, is only 400. So I think I will not take more of your time, but once again, thank all of you to have me here, and also congratulate KIIT. It's all faculty, staff, Vice Chancellor, and Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, Registrar, all of you for this journey, which you have taken so well. And I wish you all the very best to go higher and higher. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your insights into what areas we can focus our efforts in, like developing a tribal knowledge digital library, students getting involved in One Health mission or Waste to Wealth, being such Sarthis, and excitement of science which should not die down. We try to create that ecosystem here at KIIT University. So almost at the end, I request Professor Gyanaranjan Mohanty, Registrar, KIIT University, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Professor N. Namaskar. Honorable Chief Guest of this R&D Conclave, Padma Shri Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sasmita Samanta, Honorable Guest of Honor, Commodore Amit Rastogi, Chairman and Managing Director, NRDC, esteemed Professor Mrityunjay Swar, Director General, R&D KIIT, of the dais, all the esteemed invited guests, panelists, scientists, all my esteemed colleagues, faculty members, directors, deans, and the senior administrative functionaries, researchers, and dear students. A very good afternoon to all of you. I am very delighted to be here in the midst of such luminaries in the inauguration of KIIT R&D Conclave, which you say that enabling research to reality. On this occasion of R&D Conclave, let me first congratulate all our faculty members, researchers, for a very good number of index research publications, patents, and having also very good funded projects from different funding organizations of Government of India. So it's a moment of privilege and honor for me to propose the word of thanks to one and all present here. We are honored and fortunate today to listen to our Honorable Chief Guest, Padma Shri Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, the Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. You all know who he provides pragmatic and objective advice to our Honorable Prime Minister of India and the Cabinet in the matters of science and technology, and also responsible for evolving policies, strategies, and missions for technology-led innovations in emerging domains of science and technology. So thank you, sir, for adorning this occasion and sharing your valuable opinions and advice to all of us, to all our researchers, to start here the tribal knowledge of digital library, to work on digital health mission, to work on e-waste management, and at last, as you mentioned, that how to work on this deep tech startup. Sir, we really appreciate the refined inputs given by you. It was necessary to distill those points in a saturated sphere of knowledge. So on behalf of everybody present here, as well as on behalf of our Honorable Founder, KIIT and KIIS, Professor Dr. Achyut Samant sir, it's my honor also to offer our sincere gratitude to him for accepting our invitations and for coming here, and also for giving such advices where we promise you that we and our scientists, our researchers, our faculty members will mostly, definitely work on it. Thank you, sir. We offer our gratitude to our honorable guest of honor, Commodore Amit Rastogi, the Chairman and Managing Director of National Research Development Corporation, which is a Section 8 company under Ministry of Science and Technology. We offer our gratitude for his motivational speech on innovation and technology transfer. And also we offer our gratitude for gracing this occasion as a guest of honor. We are really grateful to find Commodore Amit Rastogi here, who is the visionary who provides the NRDC a global identity and to be the leading technology transfer organization in the world. I am sure that his insightful address today must have greatly motivated to all our faculty members and researchers present here. Thank you, sir. We are humbled and truly privileged to listen to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, KIIT University, Professor Sasmita Samant. So I, on behalf of all of you, must mention our deep sense of gratitude to her for sharing her perception on research and innovation of our university with all of you. Because she is the anchor for creating an ecosystem on research and innovation in this university. Because as you all know that quality education and research are hallmark of this university. So I'm sure our insightful address on research and innovation, which we are doing here, has greatly motivated all the persons present here. We are also grateful for our advice, infrastructure advice to organize this R D conclave on this occasion of the Silver Jubilee of KIIT University. We are also thankful to esteemed Professor Mrutyunjay Swar, Director General, Research and Development and Innovation of KIIT University, for his perceptive address on the progress of R&D and innovation at KIIT University, and also opposing the welcome address to our honorable guests present here. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks are due to our honorable founder, KIIT and KIIS, Professor Dr. Achyut Samant sir, for inspiring and for providing and for creating such a wonderful world-class university. KIIT is celebrating its Silver Jubilee to mark its 25th anniversary of establishment. And this journey, which began with our honorable founder, KIIT and KIIS, Professor Samant, in a very humble setup, which has created path-breaking landmarks, which are now inspiring millions worldwide. This university has spread across 25 square kilometers of academic township having 25 beautiful campuses and offering 200 plus programs. And this university is progressing dynamically under his charismatic leadership. His hobby is to give happiness to and smiling faces to the millions of poor. That's the reason this university is known for creating social impact in the society, and which is very rightly pointed out, referred by our honorable chief guest about the integration of social science and natural science here at KIIT and KIIS. I am also privileged to thank all our invited guests, all the panelists, because the next in the second half we have a roundtable session on building and strengthening the STI ecosystem in Odisha through a cluster approach. That will be on 3 o'clock. So I also am privileged to thank all our esteemed panelists. They are also present here. I am also privileged to thank all our esteemed guests and faculty members, researchers, and the students who are present here. We know for the success of any conference or workshops or conclave, how much pain the organizer usually takes. So I, on behalf of the university, I honestly thank the organizing committee under the chairmanship of Professor Mutinja Shwar. So thank you, sir. Once again, I welcome all of you. So thank you all. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bande Utkal Janam.
Thank you, sir. Today's inaugural function is another good beginning for motivation, enthusiasm, encouragement for more innovation and development in focused areas. And we are here to celebrate 25 years of KIIT's existence to excellence at the crux of 75 years of India's independence. So after this inaugural ceremony, I invite the chief guest of honor, guests on dais and off dais, all students, research scholars, dignitaries, and scientists to visit the R&D Expo, which will be inaugurated by the chief guest and the guest of honor outside. And after that, there will be lunch at 1 o'clock for everyone present in the audience, including the students. So I request now everyone to stand up for the national anthem. Jai Hind.